A huge moo to the herd, and welcome to episode 33 of our Omnifactory playthrough. I've done quite a bit of work between episodes with the goal of trying to eliminate some of the manual steps that I've been doing and trying to get things a bit more automated. So as you can see from over here, we now have multiple advanced cutting machines. They're predominantly for doing our plates. I've also changed the setup of our towers. So I'm using minimal levels of interfaces. So you're only finding interfaces on one side, and I'm using Ender IO conduits to pull stuff out. If I just grab a piece of conduit, you should see under here there's an interface which is where the outputs are going into. So I've got advanced cutting machines for plates. We have advanced alloy smelters for all the alloys that we require. We've additional lathes, and I still need to move some patterns over. Over here we have fluid extractors and fluid solidifiers. These are for gears, so I have regular gear and small gear. Again, I was doing those by hand, and that's a waste of time. And we have precision laser engravers. I'm only using two of them at the moment, one for the glass lens and one for the diamond lens. That's for the central processing units and for the RAM. What have we got over here? We have assembling machines. So I've split out a load of stuff to dedicated assembling machines. If we go to this interface, I've also been naming all the interfaces using the anvil. So this is for machine holes, and you can see it's got polyethylene pumping into it. This one is for machine casings, and that's got chip configuration 8. This one I think is for frames, for all of the different frames we've got, and that's got chip configuration 1. And this one is for pumps, just because we needed pumps. So that's that. Anything else I have done between episodes? I'm sure there was other stuff. Ah, yes. This monstrosity in the corner. So I have an experience obelisk and a soul binder. We have the phytogenic insulator with just nothing in it at the moment, so I need to automate the production of energized phytogrow. So the energizer will pump out energized phytogrow. I just need to get all the stuff in between it. Now the reason I've got the soul binder is because if I just go up to the control room, I had to create a load of patterns, specifically jetpacks, lots of jetpacks. Also created the Nether Star as well, but the reason I created all of these jetpacks was I can now fly because I have an angel ring. So I thought, you know, it's time I got some flight sorted. Just makes it a little bit easier to do construction work. The one thing I did have to do was expand my water mills, so I now have 4 of them. They're not maxed out, they're producing 4 GP a tick, but that gives me more than enough grid power to enable me to do some flying. And the other thing I've got is, just fly down and over here. I've been updating my chem lab. So we now have fluid solidifiers for the polyethylene and epoxy. They are set to, I think it's like 256 epoxy sheets and the same with polyethylene sheets. I have an advanced chemical bath setup with epoxy resin and raw carbon fibers. Again, this is now making the fiber reinforced epoxy resin sheets. And this little guy up here should be making, now am I doing these on demand? No, these aren't on demand. I need to get some more carbon fiber, raw carbon fiber, to be able to make the fiber reinforced circuit boards. So the idea is those two are there, and I think around here, actually here, this mess, I need to move these. I am making epoxy circuit boards on demand. Sorry, passively, plastic circuit boards passively. But I seem to be out of copper. Ah, yes. I am out of copper foils. Now, one of the things I did over in this corner, which isn't quite working, is I've set a crafting card up with copper foils to basically produce those repeatedly as they're required. But they don't seem to have worked, so I wonder if my design needs to change on that one. Because I would have thought it would have pulled the copper foils in, they're available, so there might be something wrong with this interface. It should be pulling them out of the interface. It's got a storage bus on to make it available. Let me just quickly have a look at the quest when it mentioned this. I think it was in the beginning. Well, maybe one more. Keeping stuff in stock. You don't know you can have stacks of items stored inside of an ME interface, which is what we've got. Place a storage bus onto the ME interface lets you access and use those items in recipes. But a crafting card inside the interface will let the interface automatically place auto-craft orders for items it should stock, but you don't have. Now, they don't recommend it for big chains. I'm trying to keep it as small as possible, but for some reason, the storage bus does not appear to be pulling out of here. So I've got 64 copper foils in there. They should be pulled into the system so that they're available. Does it need to be that? No, that should just hide it from the doohickey. Storage bus. Bidirectional input-output mode. Yeah, that's fine. Extract only. Should we put that into extract only and see if that does anything? No, I don't think that will do anything. Insert only is not going to work. And bidirectional. And the thing is, I know it's here because if I look up copper foil, I have 64 of them, which is exactly that. But I'd expect them to be pulled through. I have to figure this one out. But that's not our goal for today, although it is going to have an impact later. Our goal for today is to continue the work on the bus, on the base. And so, for instance, all of these machines are either LV or MV machines. We want to basically start getting rid of stuff. And the first thing I want to do, I'll go to the machine room, is I want to start making some passive circuits, because one of the problems we've got at the moment is it takes a long time to craft them on demand, and we really want a stock of them. So I should have picked these up. I'm glad for travel anchors. I've made, at great expense, EV assembling machines. And they were expensive because they used the first tier 5 chips, which aren't cheap. So, first thing I want to create is our SMD circuits. So, let me grab, I need 4 of these. 5 actually, because I need to pop an interface down here somewhere. Let's pop you here. Yeah, then I can connect it in. The interface in there, connect you up with some, oh, not that one. There, right, so the interface is connected. And then over here, is that the corner? Yeah, it's the corner. I want another cable. Actually, that's where I put the cable accidentally. Too low? No, yeah. We'll see. It looks a bit too low to me. It is too low. There's no point in having that sitting down there. Just a waste of cable. So, yeah, that's better. Alright, so interfaces. I need 4 of these set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go for the components required for the SMDs. So, SMD transistor. Ah, yes, this is the other thing I'm going to need, because this needs polyethylene. So, do I have any fluid interfaces on me? Probably not. That would have been too much preparation. Get me 16 of these. Have I got enough stuff? What am I missing? Lapis plates. Lapis. We've got lapis blocks. I can make lapis plates easily. Let's just code that in. Lapis plate. And the cutting saw. EV cutting. Ha! Right, where was I? Ah, yes, fluid interfaces. 16 of these. Hopefully everything should be nice and quick. The other thing I've done is I've added recipes to the growth chamber. I really need these to stack up rather than doing individually, so I need to adjust those. But I added acceleration cards to all of my stuff, so that should speed up things as well. You have to keep an eye on the power. Right, so let's let that do its thing. We'll get back to... Well, actually, let's look at the SMDs as to what I need. So I need annealed copper wire and gallium plates. So we need that and gallium plates. And what's the next one? Electrum wire and carbon dust. Do I have any electrum wire? I do. And carbon dust I have. Pop you away because I don't know why you're there. I'll get rid of some of these blocks I've got. And polyvinyl chloride sheets and aluminium foil. See, they're available and I can take them out, so it must be working there. And it's remaking them, but it's not pulling them through the system. How curious. And the last one is SMD diodes, platinum wire and small gallium dust. So platinum wire, not platinum wire, that's electrical steel plates. And small gallium. Right, so that should be all the components I will need. Let's pop those away. I don't think I'll need those for the time being. And we'll take the conversion kit away. Right, so actually, is that talking enough to give me a fluid interface yet? It is indeed, so we'll just grab the one for now. So, to our machine room. So I've got one thing there, and where do I want the other one? I could just pop it along there, that would work. That's going to be the pipes. I actually really want it. Where do I want it? Have I done it on the other ones? I had a good setup, and for the life of me I can't remember where it is. Right, so that's the two pipes. Ah yes, so it goes underneath the actual towers, that's fine. So one there, so the other one will need to be you out. Just grab this and pop you down here, and that way that doesn't seem right. That's because it's not right. Let's take that out. So, yes, I know what I'm doing. Honest. Right, so we want one here, not there though, one lower, and one here. So one there, one here. That one's still wrong. That should be under there. Honest, I'm not terrible. Interface here. Thank you. Whew. Got there in the end. And so we can now take our ender fluid conduits and go 1, 2, 3 out of the way, and one into there, And we'll take our item conduits. Pop you in one. You're not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect you in there. And as long as I set you to insert and not extract, and all these others can be extract once I've got it all switched on. And the fluid conduits can be insert and not extract. Let's do this quickly as I'm capable of. I'll do that one. And that one. And you need to be extract, not insert. And you want to be always active. So that's done. We've got our doohickeys here. So if our first one is, what's the first one on the list? SMD transistor. So I need 6 gallium, 6 anneal copper wire and gallium plates. Okay, so I want that and that. Now one thing I'm going to do for the control room is I need robot arms and filters. No crafting CPUs are available. What are you still crafting? Robot arms, fine electron wire. Oh, okay. So that's another thing I need to be aware of, is it will obviously use my crafting CPUs. Okay, I might have to rethink that one. I think I'm going to have dedicated machines for everything if my plan doesn't work. Right, so gallium plates and anneal copper wire, that goes in that one. Next one is transistors, which is electron wire and carbon dust. So electron wire and carbon dust. And this one is capacitors, which is polyvinyl chloride sheets and aluminium foil. And that. And finally, SMD diodes, which is platinum wire and small parts of gallium dust. So platinum wire and small parts of gallium dust. Right, so this will produce what we need for that. We need to put robot arms on all of these. And one thing I do need to do, I wonder if I can do it. It would be best to use this wrench. Is I pop you that way, that way, that way, and that way, and go to our control room. Controllers, we need 4 of these, and level emitters. Not fluid, 4 of these. And I really need to, as I said, I need to do an awful lot of changes to the base, because we obviously need more crafting CPUs. We're going to need to upgrade our deep mob learning. We're going to have to change the polymer clay production, which makes me wonder if it's worth actually expanding this base or just moving to the void and starting afresh. Kind of like the idea of a nice blank slate to grow everything in. At the same time, we're going to move it backwards and forwards all the time anyway, so I have to think about that one. I think the first priority is get everything passived, so that when it comes to moving stuff over, we just lift and shift. Right, so did I get my controllers? I did, I got my 4 controllers. Let's pop those away, and pop those away as well, because I've tidied up the base between episodes. And level emitters should take next to no time. So why is the 4th one taking so long? Did I order only 3? Oh, I must have run out of silicon, some central processing units. So that's going to take a little bit of time once the silicon's made, but after that's done, it should be next to no time whatsoever. Especially now I've got EV laser engravers. This is one of the reasons I want to get the circuits. This is the final circuits in each of the tiers rather than just the general ones. Yeah, one of the reasons I want to get them on passive is so we can actually speed up our processing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, grab my wrench, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can pop my level emitters on. And do this. And that should nicely tuck into that. I'll get facades and on everything else so it all looks nice and tidy. Right, so back to the control room for a bucket of polyethylene. I'm sure I had one. There we are, polyethylene bucket. What else do I need? I want to see if my robot arms have been done. They have indeed. And my filters. Okay. So what we can do is we can just add 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab my screwdriver, filter into each one. Right, so bottom one, SMD diodes. No, that's not what I wanted. That's 6 annealed copper wire, 5 annealed copper wire, 1 gallium plate. So I want 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there needs to be supply exact. And 1 gallium plate. And mode should be import. Once you're connected up, you should then start producing your circuits. In fact, let's just get you connected up. Let's do this live. Okay, so you don't actually have any gallium plates because I've got them all. And that's perfect because that's now adding them in stacks. It should stop it from overflowing as well. So the other thing I need to do is take my bucket of polyethylene, and that should start filling up my first machine. Why haven't you started moving the 5 annealed copper wire in? Tell me why. 5 annealed copper wire, supply exact. Am I? No, I can't be out of that, or I can actually. Alright, so again, that's the auto crafting that doesn't seem to be working, which is frustrating. Also, why is this not producing what I wanted it to? Have I messed this up? 6 5 annealed copper wire, 1 gallium plate, polyethylene equals 32 SMD transistors. Ah, working. Of course it's disabled. Duh. Perfect. So we'll take this, we'll stick that in there, and we'll say I want 512. Should be a good number. Reverse that. And we'll stick that in. Where's it? There they are. Right, so I need to mass produce the annealed copper wire and wonder why that thing isn't working. So I said it's sitting there. Get me, I don't know, 512 will do. See how quickly you can do that. It seems to be obviously it will keep the interface in stock, but it won't pull it from it for some reason. I'm going to have to research it. I'm sure that people who know A2 far better than I do can tell me exactly what the problem is. So if you can, drop me a comment in the comments below, and you should be able to fix it. Right, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to get the rest of these SMDs done, because I would like to get the assembly machines set up for chips, and then we're going to have to figure out the bulk crafting of the lower level components. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I've set up the remainder of these machines. Clearly we're going to need to figure out where things have gone wrong in terms of the automatic crafting, but I'll try to get that done between episodes. So I've got our first advanced assembling machine set up, and what we want to do is we want to say, right, I want to make third and final tier 1 circuit. So what do I need for those? We'll go for the SMD option. So I've got soldering alloy being piped in via the same mechanisms I had on the other one. What I have done is I've added filters to only allow soldering alloy to go in here. Otherwise there would be polyethylene going in. So tier 1. We're going to need SMD resistors, SMD capacitors, SMD transistors, fine tin alloy, and central processing units. So let's quickly grab those. And then when we're back, we'll move on. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do fine. Oh, not that one. Final, even. Final tier 1. Oh, I can't. I thought I'd hoped I'd be able to shift click it in, but you can't because it's not a crafting recipe. Okay, so let's grab the components: SMD resistor, capacitor, transistor. SMD capacitor, resistor, and transistor. And then tin alloy wire. Give me 12 of those. Meanwhile, I'll just grab that. And central processing unit. I have some. Perfect. Right, so back to our machine room. And we will say what we will say. We will say tier 1 final. It is 4 of each of these. So supply exact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That didn't work. Why did that not work? That's 3. Ugh. There we go. Right, and then tin alloy 2. Yeah. So 2. And then 1 central processing unit. So supply that, import, and then all I need to do is add that in there. Put those away. That in there. That in there. That in there. And what's the last one? Central processing units. Now what that should do is not that. It's meant to be doing it in the correct ratios. That's what I was led to believe. Supply exact. In the mode, cover will supply items in proportions specified in item filter slots or a variable under this button for or dictionary filter. If amount of items is less than proportion size, items won't be moved. I wonder if I didn't get it in quick enough, and that's what's caused the problem. So let's take that, and that out. Yeah, it seems to work. but it isn't actually producing the thing, so what's wrong? What have I messed up? Ah, I forgot the plastic circuit boards. Cool, right, let's go grab some plastic circuit boards. We'll get there in the end. One plastic circuit board. And drop our circuit boards in there. All of these away. And what do I want to take out? I've got too many resistors. Perfect. Okay. Oh, that took a lot of effort. Right, let's get rid of the excess in resistors. Next thing we want to do, and I should have done this first, is turn you around. Grab the machine covers that I'm pretty sure I ordered. Oops. And level emitters. Now you understand why I want to get everything in passive. When we come back, we'll get the last bit set up, and then we will have our first circuits done passively, kinda. Okay, so my emitter is set to stop at 512 once we get to the refined circuits. For some reason this is still not working. Because you don't have the set. I'm a bit disappointed because I would have thought with the arms it does it in the exact proportions. Supply exact, so I've got all of those, so I would expect central processing units it not to put anything in unless it's got them. But that doesn't seem to have been the case. So I'm going to have to figure that out. So we're almost there. And a bit more work and I'm pretty sure I can get to the bottom of this. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to give it a like. If you'd like to see more episodes, then please feel free to subscribe. Until then, I wish you a very pleasant day. Goodbye.